taste. Taste is this amazing thing. You see, taste is able to tell us so much about the world around us. Your choice in entertainment, games, anime, and manga all come from taste. Knowing whether or not you should send some cultured material to your friend or sending that life-size Astolfo blow-up doll to your boss's house is a good idea all come from taste and knowing about the different types of taste. And yeah, it's a great idea. Even your friends, those people that you hold so close to you, you pick your friends based on taste. And sometimes when you're older, how they actually taste. But there is just this one thing. Over time you find that your taste grows and develops. As you find that your life is becoming filled with all of these different flavors. You begin to branch out and try these new things that you thought you would never like. But why? Well, you just completely gave up on every other aspect of your life and now you have too much time on your hands. Just like the rest of us. So, you and me both like these shonen series where people scream and punch things. But for me, at least now I've progressed. I have matured and gained a new taste and understanding. This more refined taste that you may perhaps never understand. Wholesome shonen. Yeah. The quintessential quintuplet started it, and while it was one of the most wholesome things ever, I felt things, wanted to feel things. Okay. But then it fell off a fucking cliff, erupted into a massive fireball, and finished quicker than... You see, when you have one of these situations where you've just been riding on all of these good vibes this whole time, and then the reality of a shit ending sets in, it just makes you feel, well, bad. So I knew that the only way I could fix this gaping hole that was left in my life was not by dealing with any of the real problems or emotions in my life that, yeah, I should probably take care of, but to spend my time searching far and wide for the most wholesome and heartwarming emotional series that I could find. So, I just looked at Reddit. Yeah, really. Yeah, no, that's all. What I did find, however, was something different. Something that gave those same vibes that I was searching for, but was completely different to anything that I had seen before. And that's because Spy Sold for X Family just...
Don't say it!
It just hit...
Just don't do it! Please
it just really
don't.
hit. It just really fills in all of those holes. Because it's wholesome. But there is this darker side running in the narrative that it holds close to his chest, and if played, could completely destroy everything we love about the series in the process. Hi, my name rhymes with a lot of different words, but subscribe to this channel and like this video is not one of them. So for legal reasons, I'm not actually allowed to say that or permitted to ask you to... Oh. Anyway, my name is Ben and this video is going to be about that time when a shonen series actually had two parents for a change. Well, kind of, it's subjective words. Spy Multiplied by Family is one of the biggest shonen series that is currently being released at the time of recording this video. And when I say that, you should also know that this is a series that is only being released online and not published each week in Shonen Jump's weekly magazine release. Meaning that at the end of 2020, when all those sales numbers were released to show the top 10 highest selling manga of the year, Spy Crisscross Family came in at number 9, ahead of some other lesser known titles like Attack on Titan. Don't really know about those. But you see, here's the catch. It sold more copies than Attack on Titan and 75% of My Hero Academia's sales, but just off of 5 volumes being in circulation worldwide and available to actually buy. In more smart talk and in better words, it's doing fucking numbers. You see, Spy Hitmarker Family is a shonen, but it does its best to make you forget that it actually is one. The story opens with a strong jawline called Loid, who, for your information, the author or translator changed the English spelling of his name. But why? Well, we as a species have completely regressed to the point where we actually can't pronounce the name Loid. So for some people we've had to dumb it down a little bit and change the spelling. Anyway, Loid is a spy who's given up any sense of normality in his life in order to serve and protect as one of the world's most successful spy men. Being able to disguise his appearance more than a 20-year-old woman on Tinder under the spy name of Twilight. Only now he's been given a mission that will force him into a situation of which he never thought he would find himself in. Having to investigate this dude called Desmond with a mustache that really doesn't look like this other real-life historical figure with a mustache. Actually, not that one. Who is a high-ranking official in what may or may not be reminiscent of how Berlin was back in the day. But in order to carry out this mission, he must start a family, and in doing so adopts Anya, a mind-reading midget. Psychic, and marrying Yor, who beneath the wholesome appearance is actually a deadly assassin, with the three of them doing their very best to not reveal themselves to the rest of the family. And this causes for one of those situations to form where throughout the entire story we actually know more than the characters do themselves, which makes for this integral plot gag that runs throughout the entire story, and it's fucking amazing. Because it allows for so many of these situations that would otherwise be normal see themselves escalated to a whole other level, which hit even harder when you see how much each of them are trying their best not to reveal themselves to the rest of the family. But it's really the way that humour is used throughout the series that keeps everything perfectly balanced, and it never really feels like it goes out of its way to pander for laughs. But at the same time, when it does decide to rely on gags for humour, it pulls it off in this way that makes it feel like its own. Unlike Konosuba. Loid, throughout his entire introduction, is everything that you could come to expect from a stereotypical spy. Being this calm and calculated character, but also having these moments that act as a break to show that among all that elegance, that he's actually just a chill dude at the same time. Having these high performance spy moments interspersed with these light-hearted and cry now, cry fucking now scenes does so much more to help and make the entire story and family unit feel more and more believable in the process. And the entire thing is a process, because we see this family start out and follow them throughout the entire series, as they go through all sorts of moments from the borderline insane to the more human ones where a character feels that they're not good enough for the family. And yeah, it's a shonen, so there's going to be some action, but the peaks in this series come in each of these moments where we see these people who've only recently come together learn more and more about being a family, being able to discover all of these different parts of themselves that due to their past lives that they've never had a chance to experience. The thing is though is that the whole family element of the story really stands out in front of everything else spy related, as a lot of the time it very much makes it feel less like Spy by Family and more like Family X Family or Family Squared. Sometimes even feels like any of the assassination spy missions or schoolwork get in the way of being able to see the actual relationships that this series puts forward so well. But that is one of the unfortunate things that this series completely covers up at the same time. You see, it does such a good job to suck you into what's going on day to day within the family that you completely forget that for Loid that this is a mission. And we have seen him in the past break off relationships as part of his mission. In fact, in the current story we see multiple times that there are these instances where he chooses to act more or dive heavier into his current role as he tries to elevate his relationship that he has with both Yor and Anya. This then causes you to think, have any of these family moments that we've seen so far been genuine interactions? And question whether for Loid if this is still all part of his mission or if he has actually changed as a person. Yet the same could also be said for Yor to an extent, as this relationship was something that she initially saw that could protect her. However, it's easier to see how much more emotionally invested she has become in it, looking almost completely defeated when she's reminded that she's only using this relationship as cover. And here is where one of the many layers that make up the narrative of the story reveals itself, because it genuinely causes you as a reader to call into question whether you truly think that this is going to keep going on and on, or is there going to come a moment where everything comes to a grinding halt. And we see a level of pain and despair fall over this series that so far has been full of nothing but good times and wholesomeness. And that is why you should read oh shit, wrong ending. And these are some of the reasons that I and many others have come to love this series, to such an extent that it's been sold out for nearly it's not that long really, just a couple of 100 days. Yeah. In fact, this series for me to catch up to where the manga is currently has taken me months, because there's this feeling that while there are a lot of other amazing series out there to read, that this is one of those few ones that you don't want to see end. And with how strongly it's performing at the moment, it doesn't look like it will anytime soon. So yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.